some, they're just machines, and to others, they're much more. A masterpiece of crafted metals, carbon fiber, and plastics. This isn't just any car, it's a symphony of Italian passion and engineering precision. As you grip the steering wheel, you can almost feel the heartbeat of its twin-turbo V6, a roar that promises adventure and excitement. The moment you press the ignition, you're not just starting a car, you're igniting a story. Welcome to the 2024 Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio.
Sadly, as of June of 2024, it is the end of the production run, which means, well, it's the end of the Quadrifoglios. Well, at least the internal combustion engine models only for Canada and US. There may be other Quadrifoglios in the future, but it's going to be some sort of hybrid or maybe electrified power plant. For about 100,000 Canadian dollars or about 82,000 US, you too can be the owner of this fine machine. Sure, for the same money, you can buy a M3 in a manual or save yourself some money and get a CTS 4V Blackwing. But not everything in life that we buy is about financials, right? We don't look at what's on the paper and get what's best. Sometimes we have to follow our hearts a little. As you drive the Giulia in normal mode, as I'm doing right now, it's, well, very pleasant, very quiet. Well, suspension even actually is quite comfortable. It's supple, really. It's not until you engage dynamic mode where things turn up a little bit. The exhaust valves open and you're able to hear more of that V6. And if you want all the power, just hold and twist that knob a little bit more, put into full race mode, downshift, then you're fully unleashing all 505 horsepower. This is a marvelous piece of engineering. This is what Alfa Romeo is about. A lot of shouty noises, and it definitely has plenty of that. What's nice is, well, at the driver's seat here, even on full race mode, the steering, well, it's lighter than you would think, especially if you're coming from like a BMW. The steering wheel isn't like super thick neither. It's, well, feels like a regular car. It's definitely not super weighted, and it's actually kind of nice. The paddles, they're huge right behind the wheel. They do kind of get in the way when you're using the signals or, well, the wipers, but that's only some of the times. These big paddles, they really enhance the experience a little bit more. Now, let's be honest. I mean, the car isn't the best thing in the world. There are negatives to it. The cluster, for example, while it is a very beautiful digital cluster, there's not too much you can do to it. It's not as customizable as some other manufacturers. You do get two themes, normal as well as in race mode here. You get a big tack in the center, but that's really it. The infotainment, while you do get CarPlay, you do have to plug it in through a wire. And the screen, well, it's a smaller 8.8-inch screen, which is quite dated, and the interface is just slow, let's be honest. If you hop out of many other vehicles and into this, you're just not going to love this all that much. As for the materials, while the seats are actually very nice, you can get Sparkle sport seats. There are some places that are not the best. This full carbon fiber just doesn't feel right, and it is a little out of place compared to this leather stitch dash that we have here. And there are bits and pieces that are, well, of Stellantis quality rather than Alfa Romeo. The cabin feels quite tight as well. It's more comparable to the previous generation BMW 3 Series than the current gen. Of course, it was introduced when the previous generation was in production. It is an aged platform. But because of that, well, headroom and legroom, especially in the rear, is a little tight. But you do get heated seats in the back, which the earlier models don't get. As for fitting child seats, of course, I am a child passenger safety technician, and, well, the Giulia can fit child seats in here with absolutely really no issues. On the driver's side, this is a Collect Link infant seat. ducking the infant carrier in, and it does fit in nicely. I didn't have to move the driver's seat up for myself at 5'11", but if you're above 6 feet, yeah, you're gonna have to move it a bit forward just to accommodate an infant carrier. As for the passenger side, this is a Quadrifoglio in rear facing. This is what my child's currently sitting in at 3 years old. No problems really getting the seat in here. Able to cinch that down nice and tight, and I was actually still able to fit myself at 5'11" in front of the seat, which I was actually a little surprised at. And if your little one's a little older, this is a Quadrifoglio in forward facing. The headrest didn't get in the way, and you can adjust the height on them as well, which is definitely a nice touch. You do get 2 sets of lower anchors, and they're very easy to access, and there are 3 upper anchors just behind the headrests. Overall, the Giulia isn't the car you buy because you're chasing lap times. It's not the car you get because it's the best on paper. It's the one you get because it doesn't make sense. It may not be reliable, and it may not hold its value, and it may not even be the fire-breathing Ferrari that you thought it was going to be. How this car makes you feel, and, well, how much it'll break your heart, well, this is just an outstanding automobile for that. And that's why, while it definitely doesn't make sense, it's definitely one of the picks I would choose if I had money. If I don't, I'll probably stick with another brand that's a little bit more reliable on paper. But if you have this kind of money, I don't think that matters. Enjoy life. Get yourself a Giulia. And anyways, take care. Thank you so much for joining me in this. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you later. Take care.